Hey there, my name is Ken Pilcher, and I'm a hobby game designer and avid crypto enthusiast. I have been involved in hobby gaming for over 25 years, and for 5 of those years, I ran a collectible card game called The Spoils, taking over from Josh Lytle, its original designer. In 2015, we won an Origins Award for The Spoils, and it still has a cult following today. In early 2017, Patrick Meehan, one of the founders of The Spoils, called me with a new idea. Patrick had been thinking about a print-on-demand business model for trading card games. Even though cardboard has a great margin, most of that goes into manufacturing, distribution, and getting retailers on board. It also is very hard to get a hobby game shop to take risks on a new game. Even if there are local players who want it, they only have so much shelf space. At the same time, I was diving deeper and deeper into crypto assets and blockchain technology. Patrick was also researching blockchain as part of his software development work. We had expressed in conversations that using blockchain in gaming had great potential. Other projects were just using the blockchain to track game currencies or collectibles, but using this new technology simply to track game currency, it's just not exciting. The visionary play here is to gamify the blockchain itself and make something truly decentralized, a completely new way to publish a trading card game. Patrick realized that he could create a cryptographic booster pack that could be mined and opened right on the blockchain. Instead of relying on warehouses, distributors, and retailers, the game will be published and sold by a network of miners running nodes. The booster packs will be a finite resource, rewarded to miners. They can open them or resell them as they see fit. And anyone who owns a card will have a license to print it out and use it in play, in addition to all the benefits that come with actually owning a digital asset. Patrick then got Josh Lytle involved, and they both became really excited by the possibilities. So, in late 2017, I flew out to Seattle for a deep dive on the project. As a game designer and crypto evangelist, I am excited and amazed by the possibilities here. I helped the team flesh out their approach and pushed for creating a purely free market game where players could truly own their assets and where the market would set the price for all transactions. To me, this is the key innovation of the blockchain. You really own your assets and can trade or sell them in any way that you want. No one can take them away from you, and they exist as long as there are nodes. And since it's a permissionless blockchain, anyone can run a node. The market sets all prices, not us. Sure, we design the gameplay, but the game itself is published, distributed, and owned entirely by you, the community. We decided to call our game Volition, which is a word that means the power of using your will. A lot of people have asked us why we aren't just making a video game. Well, there are a lot of reasons. We really want people to be able to play this game easily and play it face to face. There is something truly unique about sitting down with friends at a table and interacting in person. With a video game, you'd have to use our software to play, but with a trading card game like this, all you need is a printer and some sleeves. Of course, the blockchain itself is open, so anyone can build on top of it. If you want to develop a digital version of the card game, go right ahead. All sorts of other digital tools and programs can be built using the blockchain assets. People also ask us if we're concerned about players printing cards that they don't actually own. And we're not. It's just cardstock. It's up to you and your friends to decide if you care at all. There's a glyph on each card that's easy and fast to scan, so if you want to catch your friends cheating, you can. However, for tournaments and official events, you will have to own the cards that you're playing with. So what about rarity? Every set will be a limited release. Miners can choose which set to mine, and they can keep mining that set as long as there are booster packs that remain. When you open a pack, there is a rarity mix, just like any other collectible card game. Because the blockchain is an open ledger, you can see exactly how many of each card exist. You can also trade or sell cards immediately and securely with anyone in the world. The digital to physical nature of Volition opens up some really interesting possibilities. You can print out your cards to play, but you can also use the blockchain to level up and customize your cards. You can combine certain cards with their duplicates or other cards to create new and more powerful cards. You can also adjust the attributes of certain cards or unlock special abilities. These are exciting features previously reserved only for video games. And now, with Volition, when you're done upgrading, creating, or combining, you can just print out a fresh copy and you're ready for the next game. The blockchain lets us go even further because every card is uniquely tracked. Your card has a history. It might be the card used by a pro player to win the world championship, or might have been signed by a creator of the game, or maybe even mined by your favorite miner. You'll be able to attach notes to your card as it gets passed around the globe, or you can scrape those notes off. You can also customize your card's art. And artists, because the blockchain can recognize your art, You can make and sell your own card skins or even one-of-a-kind custom commissions, and even earn some residuals every time the card is traded. So are we doing this because we hate retailers and manufacturers? Not at all. Retailers and play spaces are very valuable to us and the community. So here's the great news. If you're a retailer, inventory risk for you is minimal to non-existent. You can still sell our cards and even run booster drafts. If you register your store with us, we can send you digital booster boxes and a printable booster draft format. You can also sell the game at your store with just a QR code on a poster, or if you really want a physical product, a scratch-off card. And of course, anyone can print the game, and by this, we really mean anyone. Yes, even professional printers or print-on-demand specialists. If players want professionally printed cards, you can print cards with a space for players to add their glyphs. Or if you do print on demand, let players send you their decks for printing. The possibilities here run the gamut. Plus, it's a lot more fun than boring old business cards, right? With the first version of the game, we'll be shipping out a reference node for mining and a wallet management toolkit. We'll also ship a utility for generating printable PDFs of your deck, as well as a deck and card ownership verification app. All of this will be open source, so if you're a developer, you can easily build on top of our protocol. So how do we make money? Like I said, this is a completely free market here, so there are no fixed costs in the protocol. We just earn a small % of each transaction. Of course, you can do transactions without using our native currency, and that's up to you. The native currency, though, will make things faster, easier, and more secure than doing transactions off-chain. Since this is a free market model, if we do a good job and the game is interesting and valuable, we'll make money and we'll be able to continue making new card sets and growing the game and community. We feel like this is only the tip of the iceberg here. People have done digital collectibles before and people have done video games, but we think this will be a first. We're going to bring you a brand new collectible card game from award-winning designers using a whole new distribution model that's entirely owned by you. And the digital to physical aspect of this opens up so many possibilities, not just for this game, but others. Imagine a 3D printed miniatures game, for example, or an RPG where players own real-world digital assets. We'll be announcing more details in the next few months. In the meantime, please pre-register on our site and join our community. We're developing the game now and want your participation. If you're a developer, sign up for our developer program for support and early access. If you're a gamer, sign up to run a playtest group. There's a lot more coming, so be sure to stay tuned.